What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is D from Desert Tactical. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I want to show you a brand new optic that I got from the folks over at Nitewing. Now, full disclosure, this was not sent to me for test and review, but I did win it on a giveaway that Nitewing did. Let's talk about the Nitewing SPO320 red dot. Alright, so the Nitewing SPO320 red dot comes in this cardboard box. Nothing fancy, but pretty cool design and printing. Let's open up the box and see what we get inside. So inside the box, we get a user manual. Pretty simple user manual with clear instructions. We also get a tool for install and adjustment right there. Here we have some mounting screws. You get 4. Over here we have a CR1632 battery, which is what the optic runs on. Here we have a cleaning cloth, and here is the SPO320 red dot. Let me take it out of the bag and show you guys. So there it is. Pretty cool. It's looking pretty nice. So let's go over the specs. All right, so quick rundown on the specs of the Nitewing SPO320 red dot. It is made from 7075 T6 aluminum, 24mm window. It's got a low profile base right there. Side loading battery tray. Again, 1632 battery, giving you a 10,000 hour battery life rating. It is auto off and shake awake. If you leave it stationary for 5 minutes, it'll turn itself off and turn itself back on upon detecting movement. Side buttons here for operation. You've got your up and your down. It is a 1 MOA click value optic, IPX7 waterproof rated, and it does come in with an RMR footprint. Now, where this optic really shines, it's multi-reticle system. It has a 2 MOA dot, a 32 MOA circle, and a circle dot. It's kind of hard to show on camera, but I'll post it here somewhere on the screen, a picture of the different reticles that this optic has. Now, right off the bat, before we even mount it or go out to the range, there are 2 negatives that I want to point out from this optic. Number 1 is the glass out here, or the viewing window, is pretty much flush to the bottom base of the optic there, which is more susceptible to damage or to be scratched or whatever, because it is flush to the base right there. So I guess the fix would be to recess the glass a little bit further in. So Nitewing, take a note of that. And if you recess the glass a little bit further in the base of the optic, it'd be pretty solid. Now, another issue or negative that I found from this optic, again, it's hard to show on camera. The optic's actually off right now, but let me turn it on so I can explain what's going on here. So when I center the reticle in the center of the glass there, it is nice and bright. But if I tilt the reticle down or push the reticle down, it is dimmer, and this is at the same setting. So if I raise the reticle up towards the hood of the optic, it is nice and bright. Now I'm going to center it, it is nice and bright. But if I lower the optic or push the optic towards the lower third of the glass, it is dimmer at the same setting. So I don't know if that is a feature that Nitewing included on their optic. I don't really know why that is going on or why they would do that. Is it a deal breaker? Maybe, maybe not. Yes, no. I guess it'd be an issue if you are shooting in a weird position, maybe behind a VTAC barrier, or just in very odd positions, or if you are new to red dots where it's kind of hard to pick up that dot. So like I said, is it a deal breaker? I don't know, maybe, but it's definitely noticeable. So let's mount it up and then let's go to the range. Okay guys, so I mounted the SPO320 on my PSA compact dagger and it went on there with no issues. I did use the supplied screws. I added a little bit of blue thread locker and torqued the screws to about 15 inch-pounds. Now the way this optic works is you short press any button, either the up or down, to turn the optic on. you long press the up button to turn the optic off, and you long press the down button for about 3 seconds to cycle through the 3 different reticle options. Again, the 2 MOA red dot, the 32 MOA circle, or the circle dot. Now, as far as brightness settings, it has 11, 9 of them being daytime and 2 being night vision compatible settings. So I'm a single dot kind of guy, but I do want to try out that circle dot. Let's go out to the range and test it out.
All right, guys, I made it out to the range with the Nitewing SPO320 red dot. I have not zeroed in yet. However, the manual does state that these are zeroed at 25 yards from the factory. So let's see where it's at, 10 yards on steel out of the box. All right, 10 yards. So by the looks of it, I think it's going to be high and to the right. All right, 3 shots. All right, definitely high. It's pretty centered, but gotta make some adjustments, gotta bring that dot down. All right, guys, so I got it zeroed in. I went down a few clicks and got it dead center. So the dimming issue that I was talking about on the lower third of the lens is not as noticeable outdoors as it is indoors, but it is there, just letting you guys know. So I like it so far. I've been shooting it for quite a bit here. Now I am using the circle dot. I am not used to that. I'm a single dot kind of guy, but it is pretty easy to pick up. I like it. So a few more shots here. On the money. So as you can see, it is pretty sunny out here in these desert conditions, and the brightness levels are very balanced out. So I'm on setting number 8 from the 9 daytime, and it's doing really good. It's bright enough. Now, something I want to mention is that I like that the buttons are on the side there. They're not sticking out too far out to the point that you can accidentally bump them and change your settings with your gear or your holster or whatever. Pretty cool system there. As far as clarity, it's pretty good. Now, there is a very slight greenish, bluish hue to it, but then again, that is very common on most optics. It doesn't bother me. It is very slight, very subtle, but it is there. So I switched to the single dot here. Again, it's a 2 MOA dot, and that definitely feels a lot better. But that circle dot is pretty cool. I'm gonna switch back to it to practice with it a little more. Alrighty, guys, so I'm not gonna torture test it, kick it, set it on fire, freeze it, throw it off a cliff, nothing like that. But I am gonna beat it up with the magazine here and there. The weapon is clear. This is just to simulate normal wear and tear and bumps here and there. All right, let's see how it does. If it held 0 to that, it's on. All right, guys, so I ran into a major issue here. I want to explain what's going on. The optic works, nothing wrong with the reticle or the battery or the screws. However, for some reason, it lost 0 bad. So now it's shooting way low. I have not dropped it. I just did that magazine test where I hit it, but it was pretty dead on. But I've been shooting with it and somehow it lost 0 really, really bad. So I'm gonna re-zero again and take some more shots. Alrighty, guys, never mind. This video and this test is over. I noticed that the lens on the Nitewing SPO320 cracked on the lower left-hand side right there. Now, this is just with normal recoil, nothing crazy. I did hit it with that magazine, but it was very light taps, nothing crazy. It didn't drop it, didn't kick it, didn't do anything to it, and the lens cracked with normal recoil. Not good at all. Do not recommend this optic, and this optic is going in the trash. Alrighty, guys, bummer. Gotta cut this video short. As you just saw, the SPO320 red dot did not make it through 150 rounds. The lens cracked, and it's just a no-go for me. So it does have a lot of potential. I really wanted to like it, but it's a no-go for me. Cannot recommend this optic. There's some issues that needs to be addressed. Number one is that lens. I think it needs to be recessed back into the body. That's possibly why the lens cracked. Number two, they need to fix that issue where the reticle gets dimmer at the lower third of the lens. Possibly the coating, but another issue that needs to be addressed. So as I said, at the moment, cannot recommend this optic. It is a no-go for me, and it is about 200 bucks. For that amount of coin, get yourself something better like a Holosun. So thank you for watching. As always, I appreciate your support. Make sure to like, drop a comment, and and subscribe if you haven't. Bummer. Guys, check it out. So since I was already out here at the range and the Optic broke, I decided to run some drills using normal irons, and I realized something, that the lens completely fell out the body. Wow, this Optic is trash.